Good morning, traders. It's Chris from the DAXtrader.co.uk. The disclaimer is in the description below, and it's the 22nd of May. Let's jump straight into the charts here. So we have yesterday found that price action was not particularly fun, and you'll see that there was this bounce from the 12,000 low. And if you take a parallel from this line which we had on the hourly chart before and just put it over to the price action over on the right, notice how the frequency of price is actually now starting to become a little bit more modular or blocky, and we're wondering now whether or not it actually manages to maybe find a second wave here, or whether this is just a continuation bounce or continuation rally to find some new highs. So at the moment, certainly quite positive, although the price action is not very interesting, and you can see on this 250 tick chart since sort of mid-morning up until now, the price has not really done a great deal and has remained fixed within this kind of zone here. So it's a pretty narrow range that it's trading in. It's starting to pick up its volatility right now, and so breaking out one way or another is going to be very likely today. If we just go and take a look at the profiles here, so these were the profiles for trading over the last 3 days, and you'll notice that we are holding above the value area from this profile here, and yesterday the value area managed to stay below these areas back up here, which was something we mentioned in the video, the yesterday video. Go and check that out. But as for today, really, I mean, the downside target is more than likely going to be this exposed point of control here at 12.49. That may well catch price, and if it does and holds, then it's likely we could see a bounce from there, and we will be back into positive territory once more. But right now it doesn't really look very interesting. You can see that it's just oscillating. It's not really going anywhere in particular, and the key levels for today are these. So the value area low is 12.119. We pierced it once and we've been rejected. You've almost got a tail swap there of two different rejection candles, where the auction is rejecting both higher and lower pricing. We're currently trading underneath the point of control, still inside the value area from yesterday, and have not pierced the trading range of yesterday either. So 12.172 needs to go, or ultimately cut through this low volume area once more and take out 12.54. So place your bets. But right now it doesn't particularly look interesting for me. And if we just take a look at the strategy, and again, just to remind you that in order to get this, what you're going to need to do is load up your Sierra charts. If you right click and click studies, you'll bring up a box that looks like, and I'm just got to change my screen over here, maybe it's this one, there we go, and then you can just simply click on add custom study down here, and that will bring up, it'd be nice if it followed me, but it didn't, bring up this box over here, and then you just simply click on the DAX Trader DTI and add the indicator to the chart. Once you've done that, then again, if I just go back to the chart over here, there we go, then it will just look like this. You may have to add on one or two other things, for example, the buy mode and the sell mode, the down arrows and the up arrows. But if you want the template that will give you those, then just let me know and I'll sort that out for you. But you will be able to have the indicator at least, and it will show you all the different colored candles and how you might be able to utilize that in your trading. To remind you, I'm using it on a 2-minute chart, and that's pretty much all you need to know. But for yesterday, just to carry on, because there was already an interesting one I pointed out in yesterday's video, there was also a buy signal here, which would likely have hit a stop loss. Then there was a second buy signal here, which would have done quite well. And again, just to remind you of the use case for this, you put your stop loss by where that dot is. It's in the arrow. If you want to find out where it is in the arrow, just go to window up here in the manager. You might not be able to see that at the moment. Go to chart values window, and in that chart values window, it will show you the value of the dots in one of those in that list. Okay, otherwise, put your stop loss somewhere around there, and then look for your entry at the open of the next candle, and you're looking for 4 to 1, and that's it. You get out of the trade if you either hit your stop loss, or if price closes below these developing dots here. All right, so in this particular case, that would have been the spot here that you would have got out of the trade, just there on that one. All right. And there was also, for the rest of that trading session, another sell signal that was valid over here, as you can see. So again, stop loss above this, or on that dot, open of the next candle, look for 4 to 1. You might not always get price run all the way down to your profit target, but like we said, you're either going to hit the stop loss, or maybe your break even if you have already moved it to break even, or alternatively you get out when price closes above the dots, which would have been on this one. All right. Now that works in trending environments, but when you get a non-trending environment or a choppy market like we've had this morning, you're going to get situations like this. So avoid trading this kind of strategy or any momentum-based strategy whenever you've got this situation of choppy markets. So today, the early signs for this morning are that it's starting to build up momentum in order to, or starting to build up, should I say, pressure in order to break out of this this range that we found ourselves in. And I'd like to see that happen fairly soon. So keep an eye on these levels, and we'll see which way it goes. Right, guys, check out on the economic calendar as well, and we'll see whether or not we've got any interesting news items. Let's just go and see over here. And I'm on the website, thedaxtrader.co.uk. You can click on the dashboard button here in the middle, or just scroll down to the bottom of this page and see all the results. So underneath the banner there's a little advert. I'm just clicking on the Today button, and I am scrolling down to see any high impact news. So 8:30, which we've already passed. We've got ECB's President Draghi speaking. Keep an eye out on that. It's mainly pound related data today at 9:30, and there are a couple more speeches. You've got Prate's speech later, and 10-year bond auction, and then you've got some Canadian and US news later as well. Interesting stuff. Right, guys, that's me done for the video. I'll be back again tomorrow with another one, but until then, take